Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are within it. Today we are just going to do some yummy Yin Yoga. So slowing things down, we will remain in the poses for a hot minute. So if you need to come out before I give you those cues to come out, know that you are absolutely welcome to do that. We're going to use a bolster today for support for in our different poses. If you don't have a bolster, if you have a big blanket that you can fold up, a supportive pillow that you can use, a block, anything that can help lift the floor up to you to help you surrender into the pose a little bit more easily. All right, so we want this to be really relaxing, you guys. You're going to still get some really good stretching going on, but really this is about surrendering. This is about letting go. So finding peace and sanity within the stillness. Okay, so for some of us, that can be very challenging. I know, included, that I just go all the time, that it can be challenging on certain days to really be in yin, to really just breathe and still. So know that you are in good company if you feel like, wow, this is really challenging for me. If you can embrace Yin Yoga and it just comes naturally to you, oh my gosh, you guys, celebrate that, because it does take some time to develop that talent. I'm going to call it a talent, skill, whatever you like. But for a lot of people, it's very hard to turn that off. So let's do it. Let's do our very best to turn it off, to tune in, and to connect, okay? So grabbing that bolster, that pillow, that towel, that blanket, whatever it is that's going to help you to support you through your practice today, grab that, and we're actually going to sit on it. So go ahead and slide it over so that you can put your bum right on it. And then we're going to open up those legs. So crisscrossing at the shins, if that's okay for you. If that's not great, guys, butterfly is always a good option. So just someplace that feels good to you. And notice that as you've lifted your bum off of the floor, now we have that little support. It's kind of nicer on those hips, right? So this is a great place. Should you struggle with any kind of hip openers or something, lift your bum a little bit. Great modification. Let's sit up nice and tall. We're going to turn the palms to face the sky. We're just going to rest the backs of the hands to the thighs. Close your eyes and breathe. Just take a moment. Find the rhythm of your breath. Allow those hips to open. Feel the length in your spine. No tension in those shoulders. Jaws relaxed, eyes are soft. We are present within our breath. So throughout our yin practice, it's about connecting with the breath, about surrendering in and seeing if you can't get rid of all the wiggles. So if you are one that has a hard time stopping, settling down, being still, see if you can get rid of those wiggles, my friends. It doesn't have to ever be perfect. It's not a perfect world we live in, you guys. It is perfectly imperfect. So we do our best to be our best at whatever we do, wherever we go. Now gently rest your palms to your thighs and just relax your fingertips over the knees. Continuing with those big deep breaths. Still feeling that length in the spine. Gravity is continually pulling us forward. So it is so important to keep those core muscles engaged. Mindfully sitting up tall. doing our best to work against the effects of gravity. Now let's gently open those eyes. How do you feel? How are those hips? Have they relaxed where you're like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about my hips? That's a beautiful place to be. All right, my friends, go ahead and release those legs, and we're actually going to turn along the length of the mat and extend the legs out long. So again, with the bolster underneath the pelvis, I'm feeling a nice, not quite so intense stretch down the backs of my legs, and I'm just going to pull the heels or the toes back towards me, flexing those feet. And we're going to do our best to be mindful so that we're not hyperextending those legs. So if you need to put a tiny little bend, or if you happen to have another a block or another pillow that you'd like to put underneath your knees, you can absolutely do that. And we're going to walk the hands forward. Now you can walk those hands forward as far as you like and just relax the weight of the upper body down. Now again, we don't want to feel any pressure behind those knees. A good stretch, but no pressure. Stretching through the lower back. Definitely a good stretch through the hamstrings and the calves. Just letting that head be heavy, the arms be heavy. And again, if you need to come out before I give you that cue, absolutely fine. If you need to modify, adjust, change it up, guys, while we're in the middle of it, it's okay. I can feel my body just kind of melting. So allowing myself to sink a little deeper as the body says, yeah, I'm ready. Again, being mindful that there's no pressure behind those knees. I don't want to lock out those knees or hyperextend. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. Take a little lift of your gaze to the sky. Roll those shoulders back. Hands just resting on your thighs. Close your eyes and breathe. Strengthening our neck. Rolling those shoulders back, activating the muscles through the posterior chain of your body, the back side of your body. Now that head can get heavy, so if you need to lift it, lift it. But using those neck muscles to support the head. And gently lift the head. Roll those shoulders up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. We're going to bend the knees and slide the bottom just in front of that bolster. And then we're going to lean back over it. That feels nice. Now your hands, you can rest them on your rib cage, on your tummy. You can take them overhead. I just want you to find a place that feels good to you. Opening up the chest, stretching through the belly, depending upon where those arms are, if they're overhead, a little mobility, flexibility through the shoulders. Now, if you're noticing that you can't relax those legs, some options. You can bring the feet a little wider and bring your knees towards one another and let them just gently rest against each other. Or you can actually extend those legs out long if you like. I just want you to find a place that works for you. Even butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together and allowing those knees to open out wide. slowly pull those feet in right by your bum. Hands come down, taking a hold of the bolster, the pillow, the blanket, whatever it is. And we're going to press through those heels to lift the bum and slide that bolster down just underneath the tailbone and your bottom, supporting, and then allow the soles of the feet to come together and the knees to open out wide. Again, hands can rest wherever it feels right to you. Just moving that bolster, the blanket, down the back side of the body. Playing with different positionings of the arms, the legs. And just find what feels the very best to you. If you're working to get a really good hip flexor stretch, yeah, lengthen those legs. If that's not great on your back, just lengthen one at a time. If hip flexors are feeling pretty good, you just want to really kind of chill. Soles of the feet together and knees open. Or soles of the feet against the mat and knees gently touching. Again, this is so personal. You can crisscross those legs as though you were sitting in easy pose. That's a pretty amazing stretch. But I want it to feel good, so be nice to that lower back. We're going to get this amazing stretch for the lower back in just a second. Now you may or may not need to adjust the bolster. If you do, it's fine. Just make sure that you have those feet planted firmly. I'm going to slide mine up just a smidge. That was like less than an inch. And I'm going to pull the knees in towards my chest. So you'll feel where it needs to be. And you're just going to draw those knees in towards the chest. You can have the hands resting. You can interlace those fingers. Just having that bottom propped up a little bit, that support at the base of your spine. And that little tilt of the pelvis. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. Little massage for that upper middle back. Close your eyes. If you like, rest your hands on your bolster or down by the floor and just extend those legs. Now you certainly do not have to. If you're like, wow, that's more than I wanted, just bend those knees. Find your breath. Relax the shoulders. Present within each and every breath. Just allowing the weight of the legs to be heavy, to sink. So very different from our active yoga where we're moving a whole lot faster. You guys are both amazing. And I know some people have a preference, one versus the other, but they really both are very, very good. All forms of yoga can leave you feeling refreshed, calm, amazing health benefits, not just physical, but emotional and mental. Once again, bending those knees, drawing your heels towards your bottom. Lowering those feet back down towards the floor. Take your time. Slowly find them. Once again, press through those heels, lifting to bridge. And we are going to slide the bolster down underneath those knees. And you want a little bit of elevation with the bolster, so if that's not great for you, you can always have it flat. If you're like, I don't have it, maybe you kind of squeeze the blanket together or the pillow together to create kind of a triangle shape, if you will. Just something to fit underneath those legs to lift the knees just a bit. And again, hand positioning is entirely up to you, wherever it feels good to you. Making sure the body says, yeah, this feels good. If you are just starting yoga, if you are just coming back from being sick or having an injury, surgery, any kind of trauma, anything that's taken you kind of away from an active life for a bit, oh, you guys, I'm telling you, this is a beautiful place to be. Just getting back in touch with the mind and the body and creating that mind-body connection. Really listening to how your body's feeling without judgment or criticism, so that we can take some time to begin that journey to health, to well-being, inside and out. And for you guys who are active, sometimes too active, it's important that we don't overdo, right? I can be guilty of that as well. And it's really important to give your body the TLC, the kindness, the care that it needs. And sometimes that means stopping. Sometimes that means slowing down. It always means getting enough rest, drinking enough water, and putting in healthy food to your body. Now let's slowly lift one foot. You're going to place your foot on your bolster or your pillow, and you're just going to gently let it come down. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Now it should be good placement. If it's not, adjust. You can use those feet to move, or if you need to sit up, sit up. And we're just going to rest kind of along the ankles and all the way up, almost about 2/3 of the way up your shin bone should be supported. And just open up those knees. Hands rest wherever you like. My hips need a little extra love today, so I'm placing my hands on my hips. If your digestive system, if your tummy's been feeling a little off lately, just coming off of the holidays or for whatever reason, you can always place those hands on your tummy. You can open those arms, palms open to the sky. So just find a place for the hands to rest. That you know in your head, your gut, your heart, that that's a good place. And let's gently bring the knees together. Pull that right knee in and rock yourself up. And that bolster should be about where it should be, where it needs to be. And once again, we're going to prop it up. If that's too high, yeah, just bring it down a level. If it feels right to you, perfect. Sit up nice and tall. We're just going to fold forward. So bringing your tummy towards your thighs and then rounding forward, reaching those fingertips down towards your toes, tucking your chin towards your chest. That beautiful stretch starting at the base of the head, traveling all the way down the spine. And slowly begin to rise. Just let your hands slide up your shins till you sit up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up and back. Feel good? Roll those shoulders again. And we're going to remove that bolster from underneath the knees. And we're going to set it out in front of us. So we're going to take that left leg, bringing it back, and that right leg is going to come behind us in a letter Z, or if it feels right to you, we come to pigeon pose. And we're going to come on down onto our bolster. Now you can pull the bolster back all the way to your tummy. You can have it for your chest. You can have it just for your face. So whatever feels good to you, turning and placing the side of your face to the mat, or to the bolster, and just relax. If you really don't want that bolster, yeah, just remove it and allow yourself to be where you are. Now this is another one where you might need a little support underneath that left hip. So you can slide a block, a blanket or a pillow underneath that left hip as well. And just let yourself sink in. Let gravity do the work for you. You just relax. Close your eyes. Can you feel the softness in your eyes? I can tell I've got a little grin on my face. It just feels so good. I hope you do too. And let's go ahead and walk those hands up. And we're just going to sweep the feet around and switch sides. So that right knee will be forward, that left leg will be back in that Z position, or extending that leg out, adjusting. And again, if you need to slide something underneath your bum to help support, make that happen. An extra blanket, a pillow, a block, whatever it is. And then we're just going to release. Now if you were on one side of your face, turn to the other side and just let your neck relax. Let your body sink. Check in and notice if one side feels a little less resistance than the other. A little more at home than the other. It's pretty normal, you guys. There's always one side that we prefer over the other, whether it be stretching, strength, eating, writing, anything. we just do our best to correct those imbalances as best we can. Making sure that you're allowing that guard to just dissipate. If you're holding on to that guard, guys, why and where? Let it go. I just totally felt my left quadricep, the front of my thigh. I was like guarding, and I don't even know why. So I could just relax. So just let yourself kind of move from the crown of your head down through the body. What do you feel? And where? And just let go best you can. And let's go ahead and walk it up. We're going to come over onto our bum, and we're going to bring that bolster so that it's kind of right at the small of your back, but we want it long ways. And I want you to support your head and your shoulders. So if that means you need to move down a little bit, move down a little bit, but I want your head supported. And just open up those arms. Legs are long, or those knees can be bent, you decide. But just open up those arms, stretching through the chest and the shoulders. Palms open to the sky. Let your hips relax so those feet can just naturally roll open as they wish. Softness in the jaw, softness in the eyes. And I just want you to gently tap each fingertip to the thumb, just gently. Forward and back, maybe 3 or 4 times. Just that connection, that awareness. The last time through, when you touch your pinky, go ahead and open up those palms. If it feels good to you, take those arms overhead. Hold on to the hands, just the fingertips, and then let those arms be heavy. Awesome stretch through the shoulders and the chest. Really working to just relax those arms, the weight of the hands heavy. Big, full, deep breaths. And we're going to switch so the other hand takes a hold. Probably not as comfortable. It's okay. We instinctively just go to our hand that we prefer. Just breathe. It's a cold one out there today, my friends. I hope you're warm inside, or I hope if you have lovely weather that you're outside enjoying the sunshine. It is pretty, but it's cold and snowy out there. Gently release those arms. Once again, just allow those arms to rest. Drawing that right knee in, rock yourself up, and we're going to pull that bolster off to the side. Doesn't matter which side. Okay, so we're going to come back down. Taking that right arm off to the side. So if your bolster's on your left side, we're working the right leg. If your bolster's on the right side, you'll be working your left leg first. And we're going to pull the leg across so it rests along your bolster. So if you need to adjust wherever that is, adjust it. And let that opposite hand rest on the outside of your knee. Now turn and take your gaze out over your extended arm. And just breathe. So the weight of that arm holding on to the knee is just gently drawing the inside of the knee, the inside of the calf towards that bolster. If you don't want the bolster, yeah, you can remove it, guys. So you can always place that bolster where it feels the best to you, whatever the pose may be. I'll give you guidance on kind of where maybe it should be-ish, but your body is your body. So it's about learning, exploring and playing, honoring and listening to what's going on with your body. So I just felt a huge release in that left hip. For whatever reason, my glutes were firing. Let it go. Breathe. And then slowly roll it back to center. And we're going to take that bolster and we're going to lift it and take it to the other side. And we bend. Other knee, pulling it across. Opposite hand to the outside of the knee. And again, we want that bolster to kind of be supporting, at least be supporting the knee and the foot. And then just rest that hand. Let it be heavy on that knee. Extending the opposite arm and turn and take your gaze out over that extended arm. And just relax. Great pose for wringing out tension and tightness in the back, the hips. Wonderful detox. So anytime we do any kind of twisting, wonderful detoxifying for your body. Not just for impurities that we eat or drink, but also those impure thoughts. You know, when we have those negative thoughts, guys, whether they're judgmental about ourselves or others, if we have these mean thoughts, whatever it is, aggression, depression, anxiety, whatever the negative thoughts are, guys, this pose is amazing. It just literally wrings it out of you. Let your body sink. Let your body twist. Let your body breathe. Such a gift. Releasing that right hand, rolling back to center. Go ahead and straighten the self out, pulling those knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then as you're ready, either rolling to your side or rocking up. Let's come back up to a seated position on or off your bolster. And let's go ahead and sit in that easy pose once again. Resting the hands to the thighs, sitting up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Turn your palms to face the sky. Rest the backs of the hands against the thighs. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Neck is long, spine tall. Breath slow and steady. Gently touch each fingertip to the thumb. Awareness. And then gently open those palms once again. Receiving love and energy. We take a moment and set an intention for the rest of our day. We're going to let that intention guide us today. We take a moment to recognize the gift of movement, mobility, the ability to be here together. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I hope you are enjoying my channel. If this is your first time with me, thank you for being here and welcome. I hope you come back often. If you come back often, I thank you for your support. It means the world to me. Let's gently open those eyes, pull the hands to heart center. And I wish for you the best day ever. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Light and love. Until the next time, my friends. Namaste.